Senator Mary Siri Kearney.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. And I welcome the opportunity of being able to address the Housing for All plan. I'm a member of the Joint Oireachtas Committee and have really valued having an input into this plan and the journey that the Minister O'Brien particularly has travelled along with us over the last year in the work that we've done that. I too take offence at Senator Fitzpatrick's reference to a lost decade. I think it's a disingenuous comment that is completely unnecessary, and maybe a history lesson is required. But Fine Gael have held the Ministry for Housing since 2016. From then until now, we have outstripped any opposition ambitions when it comes to the building of social housing, and they were done under a Fine Gael minister. The Land Development Agency, which is the backbone of a lot of the provisions and the plans here, and there's a fantastic chart on page 87 of the Housing for All that lays out the list of state lands planned to be transferred to the Land Development Agency, and of those, in pretty much most of the agency, the newly acquired agency land appear in my own home constituency of Dublin South Centre, and it's fantastic. Again, an initiative that began under Minister Eoin Murphy. So there is no doubt all parties came into coalition with the determination to build on the excellent foundations that were there in Rebuilding Ireland and to enhance them. In the cooperation of our three parties, the ideas and the commitment and the determination, we have a fantastic, well-resourced and well thought out plan that covers the provision of housing in a variety of ways, for renters, for first-time buyers, for sizing of properties for maybe older people who maybe would like to trade down, would like to move, but don't want to leave their communities, and that there is a plan in that we need to start exploring. What can we do in their community? How can we ensure that we have elder-friendly provisions in that? I think that there's so much 2,000 cost rental properties per year. I know the first of these was launched by Minister Eoin Murphy in my own home constituency in the former St Michael's estate, and hopefully we will see that soon. That we have 20% of all new homes are going to be social and affordable housing over this. So we have then again first-time buyers getting that opportunity. The shared equity scheme, as much as it's given out about, it's a fantastic initiative. I bought my very first home on the back of the shared ownership scheme a long time ago, and just off James Street. They gave people that would never have an opportunity to have gotten a mortgage at the values of the properties at the time, gave me an opportunity to get on the ladder, so I value that coming back in. The right sizing provision is really necessary. I think that core, we need to be coordinating, holding local authorities to account, ensuring that they know how to implement the affordable housing provisions and access that and work with whoever wants to work with them in their areas to ensure that this provision and keep driving affordable housing. It is the right thing to support, promote home ownership as an ultimate goal. At the end, I suppose, of our careers, we will go into pensions, we will go into a reduced income from where we all are now. It would be nice at that point for a huge cohort to have home ownership, or in the second thing, that there is a security of tenure. And so having indefinite duration tenancies, looking at different variations of that are constitutionally permissible, and examining and exploring that is very good. And all of that is within the Housing for All. The remote working provisions that are being promoted by the Taoiseach's department also brings back the possibility of our towns and villages. So the Towns First, again, is a really good provision in that. One of the legacies of the previous building boom in the noughties, one of the legacies of that was that we have a lot of defective apartments, that we have complexes that have fire problems. And in that, yesterday I received a frightening statistic regarding Dublin South Central, and that is that there are known 10,000 apartments within that that are likely to have been affected by the fire defects. So that is something that the Minister's Department really needs to drive forward, and we really need a fairness. If you are an institutional landlord and you have to, apologies for going over, and if you have to rectify the defects, you can write those off against tax. Individuals can't, and we need to drive forward a fairness and a justice for people who are homeowners and through no fault of their own. We hear MICO. Before that we've had Pyrite, and they're all extremely good and worthy campaigns. But there is another campaign here, and the working group, their terms of reference are too narrow, and we need action on it, and we need action on it now and urgently. And thank you for your indulgence.